Welcome to another one of my videos, and I hope all of you are doing good. The ones who are not doing so good, have the faith that the universe has exceptional plans for you, and it is going to do good for you. Have the faith, keep the faith, and I'm going to pray for you. Now, one of the topics that I need to discuss with you, and I need to tell you a very pertinent subject, is tourism. Well, tourism in Assam is not doing very good this time, and I'm very worried because it is a subject close after my heart. I've been working with the tourism department, Assam tourism department, for a very long time. I've anchored their shows, I've made documentaries, I've done endless work with this particular department. And if I read a news where Kaziranga is not doing too well, then it is very disappointing and it's very disheartening to hear that this kind of a news. So when I read this news that this time during this season the tourists have not come in, they've not poured in like they used to do before, I am worried. And I would like to send a message to the government by saying that please do something. I don't know what you do, whether it's organizing some program or anything, some strategy to bring back the tourists into our state, because this is one sector which needs a lot of attention, because the money flows in from that sector, the money into the state flows in from that sector. So we need to give a lot of importance in this particular sector. So when I talk about tourism, and I will talk about something which is very close to my heart again, and which I am very related to, and that is communication, and that is dealing with people, that is behavior, etiquette, all these things. So recently, I think it was around 15-20 days back, I had gone to the area where they have this ropeway which goes to the north Guwahati. So I went there with my son, and believe me, the man at the gate was so rude. He was so very rude to not only me but to everyone who was trying to make a visit, who was trying to get into the gate and to go and see what this ropeway was all about. Now, I have never ever gone to see the ropeway, nor have I taken a trip across the river. But so I went there, and the person at the gate was so discourteous. He was so rude. First of all, he was not allowing me to get in with my car, and then when we finally got in, then he said, I'm not allowed to park my car here, go park it somewhere else. And then he behaved like that with everyone. How are we going to get people into our state if we have our local people who work at the office, or where this particular office is located, where the ropeway takes you across? If people behave rudely there, of course there will be some people who will fight and they will get their way across, but the point I'm trying to make is that if we come across as rude people, there will be tourists who will carry this information, it will percolate down to others, and then we are sending across a bad message. My point is that we must communicate well with everyone, whether it's the local people or the tourists coming in from the rest of India or the tourists coming in from abroad. We need to be courteous, we need to be loving, caring, responsible, we need to make them feel secure. That is what our intention is. If we want the tourism sector to flourish, we will have to take care of it with our own hands. Each person should become responsible. Each person in the city, if somebody is asking a direction, you need to get out of your car, and you need to walk that person that distance, or maybe you can show that person directions on the map, or anything that by which that person is going to carry a good message to the rest of the country, to the rest of the world, by saying that it is very nice to visit Assam, and it is very comfortable and very secure. It's a secure feeling to visit Assam. That is the kind of message we need to put across to people who come to visit us. And then what happened is that I was feeling very miserable after visiting the ropeway. So I went to the next point that I thought would be nice to go and visit was the Azad Peer Park in Machkwa. So we went there, and the guard out there was equally rude, and he did not open the gate, and he said, "Where do you want to go? Kot jabo?" And we said that we want to visit the park, if there's a park here and we'd like to walk around the park and all. And he said, "Okay, you can visit." Then we went in, we parked our car there, but we saw that the park was in shambles and there were some shady people sitting around, so we thought we better not sit around here. And then there was a children's park where Tyrus did not want to visit because he said that's too kind of a playgroundy kind of thing, so he did not want to visit. So we returned, and then we went off to Lasit Ghat. Wow! Now Lasit Ghat was filled with a population so huge that it was difficult for us to walk. But it's okay. It's fantastic that people are visiting Lasit Ghat and they know. But what I was concerned about was that, you know, apart from putting up something, I don't know if there was, if I missed it, I don't know, please correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see a kind of a plaque or a kind of a information point where it something was spoken about Lasit Borphokon, Bir Lasit Borphokon and his entire army. Whether it was, I think it's very necessary to put up something there, because otherwise people don't know where they've come, what they are visiting, who is this person on top of this pedestal, anything. I don't think anybody has any idea of why they're visiting that place. They're just visiting that place for the sake of it. So when we went to Lasit Ghat, the place was, of course, wonderfully filthy. I like to use that place, we would use that word wonderful, because it was indeed wonderfully filthy. It was stinking. There were bottles and plastic strewn all over. Now, I wouldn't like to blame the government for everything. No, we can't blame the government. If we are not responsible about the garbage, if we are not responsible about how we dispose any used thing, like, you know, a chips packet or a bottle or anything that you have in your hands, if you do not know how to dispose it in a proper place, then it's no point telling the government and blaming the government for everything. So it is our responsibility again to keep the place clean, to keep the place absolutely clean. So I mean, you know, if tourism has to flourish, I'm talking to my Ohomia brothers and all other people who are involved in the tourism department, in the tourism industry, and the passion of tourism, please, you know, let us take it as our responsibility to give the world, to give the country, to give the rest of the people in our country a message that we are concerned about you. Please come to our state. We've got a beautiful state with things that you would love to explore. We have to give that message. And how will we give that message if we mess up that entire place? If we throw garbage here and we throw garbage there, we spit around. So nobody's going to come to a dirty city, nobody's going to come to a dirty state. It is our responsibility. Please get that into your head. Every time you think of chucking a chips packet out of your car window, or dropping your garbage anywhere and everywhere, just think of the impact it's going to have on a tourist who visits our state and who will say that, wow, what a filthy city. I don't want to come back to this place. You don't want that to happen, right? You want the money to flow into our state. You want the government to use that money for other infrastructural purposes. So it is our moral responsibility. Please understand that. It is not just the responsibility of the government. It's our responsibility to do everything it takes to make our state shine and do its best. So I've spoken a lot. My God, I feel like some public speaker. Well, more on public speaking in my next episode. But for now, I'm sending you all my love, and you have to show a lot of concern for our state of Ahom, because it's not doing very good in tourism, and that should make you very, very concerned. that should make you very worried. On that note, I'm going to say bye bye.